Now, knowing you guys, I know you will take it to the next level of humor. I already know you guys. I can see the comments now. But let's say dude who has never seen any TMP knife review videos ever wants to know about the Spyderco Positron, the C195, this video. He clicks on it, and this is how I intro the video with no other introduction. And I actually was introing this way in some other takes, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm speaking acronyms totally. So it'd go like this: TMP, KRV, HOF, EDC. Now, I know you guys know exactly what I'm talking about because probably most of you have been watching a knife show here in the Nutnfancy Project, TMP. But can you imagine, and I could go on, I could throw a lot more of my acronyms out there, and dude who's never seen one of my videos would go, what is this guy talking about? I am totally confused. Now, I've been using acronyms and TMP specific terminology, terms I've come up with ever since I started the project for good purposes. One is to reference concepts over and over again on tabletop, in the field. SAWC would be an example of that. Size and weight constraints. So if I say SAWC to an audience member, they know exactly what I'm talking about. HOF, Hall of Famer. TMP Nutnfancy Project, of course. EDC is not my term. It's been out there forever. Everyday carry. You get it. Another reason I do it, these terms, we'll talk about the blade here in a second, trust me. Now, terms is because I know if someone's watching the show or if they're subscribing to the philosophy of the show. So if I see WROL, SAWC, I know, okay, either they're TMPers or they subscribe to the philosophy. And those terms have spread throughout the industry. Cool. Do I know, hey, born here in the project, catching on. Now, to start this, KRV, you guys know what that is, right? That's right. I'm not even going to say it. You know it. I'm going to show you 4 knives. You have to figure out what they have in common. Here we go. Benchmade 470 Emissary. Super, super cool. 2.2 ounces aluminum handle, S30V, assisted opening, axis lock. Man, this is a cool blade. Really cool and expensive. Did you guys ever buy one of those? How about this? The MCOOL. I have EDC'd this before. I have gear checked TMPers and they had it. One did. I posted that video. Super cool. This is also aluminum handle. Love that. You know, electric blue contrast coming through there in the milling. I wish it was, you know, reversible clip. It's not on this one. This is layered VG10 steel. Made in Japan. Beautiful knife. Very excellent. What do they have in common? This one might be an outlier. Kind of different. It is the Benchmade 10700 Nagara. The steel on this, and this is why I say it's an outlier, is not really high end. It's 9CR13. Titanium handle though, and the price point on this was insanely affordable. Polished everything on this knife. I didn't. I'm saying the factory did it. This is 737 of 1000 first run. I don't think they make this anymore. I don't think it caught on. Cool knife though. I've loved the Nagara. Never EDC'd it because this is my only one. I'm kind of collecting it. I had another one. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. The Benchmade 940 series. Excellent. This one's in green. I have a red one. It's come out in black. Maybe some other colors that I have forgotten about. 154 steel. It weighs like 2.5 ounces. Axis lock again. Decent clip. Just a beautiful knife. Reverse tanto. What do these knives have in common? Kind of already said it. HOF NTNP. More acronyms. Hall of Famers, man. They're all in my Hall of Fame EDC playlist here in BoobTube. FaceTube. Whatever you want to call it. Yeah, dude, these are great knives. And if I've missed one in the playlist, let us know. I'll make sure it gets in there. And this knife I'm going to talk about right now from Brad Southard, great dude, is going to go into that list too. It gets all the elements which are important to me for a lightweight, cool-looking, high-quality EDC blade. Absolutely correct. I love it when I can pretty much rave about a gear item. I love it. The SIG MCX review was that way. A tactical carbine that gets pretty much everything right. Trigger sucks, easily replaced. I can't say much bad about this knife. In fact, I don't know if I can say anything bad about it. C195 Positron. The Positron. How cool is this knife, man? Now, the Brad Southard Folder. Good knife. It was a little bit too heavy for me and blah, blah, blah. All the other stuff I said about it. Go look up the review. This knife, the Positron, pretty much rectifies for me all my criticisms I had on Brad's first entry, or collaboration I should say, with Spyderco. And we'll just go down the line. Philosophy of use is obviously a utility knife. It is not a tactical blade. It is pure and simple a high-end, here it comes again, EDC blade. That's philosophy of use discussion. Hope you liked it. Size, weight, and feel. Now these knives on the sideline, the reason they're HOF is because they're so lightweight for what they are. The Nagara might be a little bit of an exception. It's like 3.6 ounces, which is okay, but a little bit heavier than you would think. But a lot of that is because it has unmilled stainless steel scales in it, or it did, which were completely unnecessary, by the way. They should never put those on there, but they did. The rest are superbly lightweight, featherweight. So is a Positron at an amazing, can you guess? What would you think this thing weighs? Well, let's find out. Here's a scale. I kind of like doing this once in a while on camera. If you want to excite me with your EDC blade, make it out of high quality materials and make it lightweight. Boom! 2.6 ounces for the Positron Optimus Prime. That is a total win. The feel is airweight. It just is very light in hand. It's comfortable. Let's look at the handle now. Carbon fiber. There are some, I don't know, I call them steep transitions here, so squared sides on it. But in hand, I don't really notice them. You know, maybe if I owned it, I would chamfer them a little bit. We could round them a little bit more. Let me see if I have anything on table that shows that. Not really. They're kind of the same way, and I love those knives. It has traction. The CF does. You know, is this peel ply? CF? I don't even know. But it has traction, and it's nice. Let's look in the interior. Hey, speaking of milling, they got it right. Spyderco always does. Skeletonizing the liners on the CF. Totally excellent. So ergonomics in hand feel great. The jimping could be more positive. I guess there's a minor negative there. Minor. There's nothing. There's your timing on the liner lock. Captured liner lock from the handle scales. Let's look at centering. Pretty much perfection. Oh my gosh. And it's a flipper design. There's no thumb studs. It's a miniature Spidey hole right there. Not really functional. You know, I guess it's kind of a nail nick. You could function that way and pop the blade out. I would just use it as a flipper design, as Southard did with his other knives. No weird transitions on the flipper tab. I've seen some knives lately that have just kind of an uncomfortable transition there that I don't like. This one's fast though. Positive deployment, no movement, and we wouldn't expect anything less at this point, right? Really nice lockup, no side to side, nothing. So strength would be adequate for, you guessed it, a utility blade. Right? Speed is superb. It's a flipper design. If you don't like the flipper design, then I get it. And to compare and contrast, we'll look at the Emissary again. Dual thumb studs and assisted. Which one would you prefer between the two? As far as speed goes, nothing. The Emissary. I mean, it's totally ambidextrous, right? Well, so is the flipper, but I just like it. Well, just a little something something. Clip design. Loop over wire clip, standard Spidey design, and it's thick enough to accommodate tactical pants. Right? Durability should be excellent, and I don't even think I mentioned the steel yet. Try S30V in this version. Polished. And there's that Southard blade shape again, which I think for EDC purposes is pretty much perfection. Nice positive tip for detail work. Just a beautiful knife, man. Value. It's not cheap. It is made in Taiwan too, I think. Yep. Taichung. Taiwan. Most of these knives at Spyderco are, and they're still going to be, you know, relatively expensive, but the quality control on these are phenomenal. $165, give or take. I may put some links there, maybe I won't, where you can get it. Is it worth it? That's a lot of money for a little EDC knife. There are a lot of other options that are going to be more affordable. Hard to say. I am contemplating about, and this one's on loan right now, but I am contemplating buying one for myself as a cast member because I love it so much. I mean, and look how thick it is. It's not, you know, obtrusive in the pocket. We'll compare it against these other HOF blades. Here's a MCOOL, the beloved 940 Osborne Axis. About the same. So it's excellent. Cool factor, yeah. Yeah, I think it does have a cool factor. It's kind of a high-end, here comes an acronym, HEC. What does that stand for? High-end carry, Nutton. You're right. It's kind of an HEC EDC. Dude, yeah, great job. It really is an excellent blade, man. And that's your review under 12 minutes. Wow. LOL.